Okay, so welcome back to another episode of the Booster 2000, and yeah, we're in a Fiesta RS Turbo today. So yeah, we're on the road doing a little bit of a road test. So it's been a while since I've driven a CVH Turbo. Put a like in the comments, and if you have a dump valve or a bit of a wastegate, chat at everybody. But yeah, so stick around and let's go on a little bit of a test drive after all this work. Okay, so we got the apprentice out with us, Dylan, so big shout out to Dylan. Put in the comments if you want to see more of him. And if you think he's got to pull his weight a bit better, right, and stop slacking as well, and make spit it out and bit of a better appearance and stuff like that, more often on the channel, slay him down below, because he's slacking, right?
Yeah, always slacking.
Nah, he's a good help our boy is. So Dill, ever been in an RS Turbo?
I never have been in an RS Turbo. So it's quite exciting.
Winning. This is how a dump valve, right? Like that?
Yeah, I love it.
I rather the turkey goblin. I go a better version, alright. I run these diesels when I take a DPF off and I gut them and I put the downpipes on and they sound terrible. Dylan. He's got a diesel, by the way. Doesn't sound like that, does it?
Petrolhead and diesel. Up the transit van, 1.8 TDCI.
Up on the transit.
Yep, 350 quid.
Right, don't forget we are on a road test, okay? So we can't hoon this car. We're just making sure temperature, fan and all that works. Car sits nice. The wheels don't rub. It drives okay in readiness, I mean, because we've got to hand it back to the owner. So we just put some fuel in, put some Supreme in actually. Give it a bit of a jet wash and stuff. So Mile End Esso's finest in the Melon underneath. So if you know the Melon, big shout out to all the Melon boys and girls, put in the comments. So look, if we go back to the early days of the channel, when I used to have my white Fiesta RS Turbo, I was running like 189 brake. This car is now set up, it's got a Kent cam, vernier pulley, it's got standard injectors, but it's got a chip, I think it's a 185 chip. So this car should be in a brake horsepower figures of 160 to 180. It's got the K&N, it's got the large front mount intercooler on it, which is by AirTech. It's got the AirTech rad and stuff. Temperature is holding really well. It's got low temp thermostat switch on, so the fan comes on. It's got the Bailey header tank, the Bailey swirl pot for water. It's got the Bailey breather system on it. It's got Coney gas shocks on the front, which were adjustable, which we had a bit of a drama with. And it's got Coneys on the back too, with nice PI, I think, springs or spacked springs. So yeah, we're going to take a bypass, take it easy now, get a bit of that turbo whistling and stuff, give it a bit of mid-range pull and see how it goes. But yeah, it feels really weird to be back in the driving seat of one of these after not being in one for a while. And don't forget, I'm 6'4", and there's plenty of room in this. We've got to beat this light, hold on. Half throttle. So yeah, pull is nice. Still a little rub on the wheel there, but it's nothing compared to what it was with the 16s fitted originally. So look. The cam really does pick up and it's got a real good mid-range pull on it. And don't forget, I'm not even putting my foot down. We're like literally 3,000 revs. Bit of dump valve. Okay, so now I get to test the brakes. Everybody. So yeah, you would have seen it's got a new master cylinder on it, ready issue. We've got a big, absolute massive Willwood 4 pots on it with floating rotor style discs. I think they're like 328mm. So that's not bad going at all. Car's running right, temperature's nice. Idling a little bit higher than what I would have expected. Dropping down now with the idle control valve, doing its job. But don't forget, this car does need to be set up now, okay? Because it's had a camper in it as well. So, hour, 45 minutes, hour and a half, forever on a dyno. Tanking in his BM on finance there. So no issue so far, touch wood. This car will go back with a few recommendations now to the to the owner. And one will be putting some uprated exhaust mounts on, maybe some power flex ones to bring that exhaust a bit tighter. You might hear the vibrating then. I personally think it needs 1050 in it with the tappets and the lifters. They're slightly noisy in my opinion. With a cam, it could be a bit of wear because there was a second-hand cam on it. It needs a seat base. It'll need the new pads put into the brakes. I just want to wear the brakes in a little bit first personally, because they've not been used for a period of time. But that's only 5 minutes job with the pistons pushed back and the pins that you use on these Willwoods. Very similar to the Brembo design. You can see a lot of people can see us in the car and they want to race us, but we're not being my car. That's not an okay thing to do. Like I said, we keep it mid-range. And look, that's half throttle. I don't need to put my foot down. It does sound really cool though. And I missed the gear again. And that was not the right gear. Okay, we're gonna have to edit and cut that bit out. Or should we keep it in for laughs? What do you think, Dil?
It's lovely. Pulls really well, like.
Okay, so we're just going up to Mexico, up to my favourite bit of private land. So we're just heading up underneath the M4. See if we can do that dump file, shall we? Again, it's only 3,000 revs, you know what I mean? Like I said, I built this car about 5 years ago, but I was involved in building it. It's nice to take it out now and appreciate it. I think it's one of those cars, with it being a classic, is always going to still have issues, no matter how much money and how much time you spend on a build. It's true to say, keep telling Dylan not to buy an old car, because he's trying to buy himself an EP3 Civic.
I'm going to buy an EP3.
He's going to buy himself an EP3 Civic. VTEC kicked in.
Yep.
But no, right, let's pull over, let's check everything under the hood, as they say in America. Let's get some nice photos to send to the owner, and let me tell you a little story about the car, shall we? So stay tuned. Right then, so let's get some B-roll footage and photos here, but let's actually check under the bonnet and have a look, shall we? So yeah, to me it doesn't look like it's had any leakages so far, which is always a good sign. We check underneath the car now for oil too. Okay, so yeah, the car is absolutely looking on point. It is looking on fire. A little bit tappy. And like I said, that is a CVH engine, and that is what they actually sound like. But look at that backdrop, our wall looks amazing. I'll have to get some B-roll footage soon of that. And look, nothing beats the burble of an RS Turbo. Okay, questionable, I'd rather a Scorpion or a Mongoose. This is a Magnexus, my old system, but it actually sounds great. So yeah, look, we're still rocking with standard hubs on the back. But the party piece of this car is these absolutely massive Willwood 4-pot calipers sitting on these fresh rotors, 16s with a 195/45. I recommend a 40 tyre carrier in the future to stop the rubbing. But if you remember correctly, these were red. There's a bit of dirt on that. We put the black ones on. We've got the Recaro interior. The car does need a valet. Temperature's running lovely. Yes, somebody did point outside a little bit high. I'll have to adjust the throttle cable on the car still. But look, it's got no boost leaks. All it's underneath there now needs to be cleaned. Hopefully we get old Dylan and Curtis on that. Job for them. Set up their own valve and stuff. The fan is kicking in as of when need be. You can see it's working. But yeah, the car all in all looks absolutely fantastic and sounds great. So let's use the road bike on the exhaust there. as I'm chomping away my chocolate, but Dylan bought because I'm on a diet. Oh, for the record as well, Monster, I got a confession. 3 months deep, I had a can of Monster the other day, just to upset everybody.
Yeah.
So that was my commitment when it's for China, I couldn't drink it. But I see all these people with these energy drinks, these waifus and holies. So if you want to sponsor me, I'll stop drinking it. That's a, I just put that out there for everyone, innit? Because everything else fair, innit? And he needs a bit of meat on him and stuff as well. So get him some protein powders and I'll see that.
Yeah, Red Bull, if you want to sponsor me, I'll happily take it. But talking about sponsors,
go on, spit it out.
Me and my friend Curtis have started up a new detailing business. If everyone go follow our page on Facebook, The Gleaming Dream, we could happily do with some customers. So yeah, if you give us a follow, I'd be very thankful.
Very well, everyone. So there's a free plug for Dylan. He sneaked that one in there, didn't he? You can catch Dylan on Instagram as well, can't you, Dylan?
Yeah.
What's your Instagram, mate?
It's just Dylan Schofield. I'm not related to Philip Schofield before you ask.
Love child.
Yeah, find me on Instagram. Hopefully I have a new car soon now, so I might make some content myself on it.
Very well. And I did say to him, he's putting a K20, well, it's a K20, so I'm all game for putting a turbo on that for him and getting it sent in. So I know you can run 600 brake on him.
Well, if you buy in, we'll do it.
Very well. Weekend work party through.
Yeah.
Happy days. Oh yeah, I just remembered as well. So, seeing it without driving the car, some of you probably would have done a reg check and the history and all that kind of stuff. So the car didn't have an MOT. So today, the car, celebratory drive, has had a fresh MOT on it with no advisories. So all the work has been done. The car does have my own personal advisories now to put on it, whether it be this sinking seat band where I'm sitting in needs to be swapped. In time, change the brake pads to the brand new ones after we've worn and bed these discs in and the pistons a bit. Like I said, I want to put an exhaust hanger on it. I want to look at the linkage for them. I want to do an oil change on it. There's a few bits and pieces still to do to the car to make it mint. But again, having a 35-year-old car, with this car being a H plate, I think 1990. This car is the same age as my wife. She was born in 1990. Myself 83, so I would have been 7 when this car was built. Dill, how old would you have been?
How were you born?
Were you 21?
21.
21, sorry for some minute. But yeah, so look, we're going to get this back to the unit now, give it a quick look over. Doesn't really need a spanner check or anything at the moment. Put it to bed. We were supposed to be working on my RS Turbo today, but that's something we put to bed for another day.
Dan's too tired.
I am too tired. I'm going home for tea now. I worked late at night last night, mate. I back in work this morning, and then, you know, all my energy has been focusing on my, what do I call it, my whole Aurora, my Manto, to try and think that, you know, we need to get this through an MOT, and it did.
Yeah, can of Monster you need.
I could have done with one. What I did notice was when I came back, but the wire for a fan needed redoing, which was good, so, and the temperature has been perfect on it, but I just wanted to like fine tune that. You know what it's like? Doing a car, doing work on it for somebody, and you want to give it back knowing it's right. And I'm always scared because owning an old car, you can fix one thing, it can naturally create another problem, and you never really do fix things on these cars. You fix it to make the problem, which creates a problem elsewhere. Like, you know, if you go back on the history of this car, we've had the fuse box issues, we've had the fan issues, we've had stalk issues, we've had relay issues, we've had earth issues, we've had heater blowers, just double check. They still work nice and toasty. You can put a fan relay in where we will run to a switch and a fan of a thermostat. Doesn't necessarily need it because it works fine. I don't know, linkage and stuff like that is a little bit, it doesn't feel great for me. And it could be quite problematic for somebody, I suppose. Depends, innit? If you like the niggles and you don't mind driving an old car. If you just jump in this after driving a newer car, you're going to find it's going to be challenging to drive. But yeah, we've probably covered 5 or 6 miles in it. We've mid-range tickled it. We've taken it up to the national speed limit on the bypass or just under. But yeah, thumbs up to the car. I know the idles are dropping back down. They do stick the idle control valves doing these. So that could be something to change in the future, because you can't really clean them. Or it could just be down to doing a cam timing and stuff on it now, do you know what I mean? But yeah, once again, let's have that dump valve. There's no smoke either, which is good. No smoke. So the car's running flawless. I lied to you all. Dishonesty. The car needs an alternator belt. So I tightened the alternator, but Jesus, it is screeching and it is bouncing around like a crackhead waiting for his gyro. It's literally like that when you rev it. So we put some maintenance spray on it or some carb cleaner earlier, but it does have an occasional whine and screech. And you definitely don't want that on a car that draws this much attention. Jesus, it's bumpy with the suspension. Big recommendation of 40 tyres to carry, but it doesn't rub like it did. There's some paint touch-ups I'd like to do on it before we hand it back and get it cleaned properly. It needs a hoover inside and out and a real good detail. I don't know if you can see behind me, it's got mould on the headrests. So if we bad,
cut out then,
yeah, if we bad tomorrow, that's why. Okay, so I'm gonna end the video and wrap it up here. So I just done a little like snippet clip there. Gosh, that sun is bright. Wait, let's go here. First thing in the sky I haven't seen for ages. So yeah, look, it's absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous out. So yeah, we need to do an alternator belt ASAP. It shouldn't be turning like that. We won't be charging the battery at that rate. But yeah, fan come on perfect. It drops on and off temperature. It's like a low temp one. Really happy with the build. Few little niggles, few little tweaks, but yeah. So I hope you liked the video. Like I said, follow Numpty's cleaning page and stuff like that. I'm sure we can demonstrate how good you can clean on one of these videos. But yeah, until next time.